What is research? Research, in common parlance, refers to research for knowledge. Now, I have very clearly told you that research is nothing but searching for something which is existing. Now, searching for something which is existing means that means there is some knowledge which is already available. Okay, and you are again searching to build that knowledge. How will you build that knowledge? First of all, you must know what is that which is existing. A very good example for this I would say is that now I will apply everything related with media, I said, right? So similarly here also you can understand when I apply this with media. Now media is very well known for the kind of influence it has on the society. Whether you talk about a programs of like serials, or you talk about programs like comedy shows or the music shows, whatever you take, whether newspaper, radio, or whatever, people are very much connected with media. Now that itself is indicating the kind of influence media has on society. Though obviously there might have been many studies that have been done related with influence of media, right? So there is a lot of knowledge that is there related with influence of media. Now what is that I have to newly look into this to know more about influence of the media? That is what is the research that you have to do. In which angle I have to go, in which angle or in which direction I have to understand the influence of media in a much better way. Okay, and it is referred to searching for knowledge which is existing. That's the first thing. So you always have to remember that you need to first find out the knowledge that is which is there already. To that you are going to add little more. How are you going to do that? Okay, research can also be defined as a scientific, this is very very important, scientific and systematic approach. Now when I say scientific and systematic approach, I just now told you scientific in the sense, for all of us it is important that when you have a science coming into the picture, you have a proof, you have a certain calculations to do, you have certain methodology to follow, that yes, if you do this, this is what happens. That is how specific science is. So you are doing a research in a very scientific method, just not randomly making a comment that all of them are influenced by television, all of them are getting affected by television. You need to have a scientific proof that yes, because of this reason, these many people are affected by viewing a television or whatever. And it's just not going to be only scientific, it should also be systematic. So what is the systematic research? That is what you need to learn now. It is a method that is to be followed, there is a process to do a research, and that process is very systematic in nature. Now you will be learning that process and then doing your research to know the results of the problems that you take up. In any research, you first define a problem, or you select a topic. What is that I have to do a research about? Okay, you want to do a research on which area? Are you willing to do a research on a print media or electronic media or social media? Which is my area? There how I should go about with the research. Okay, the word research means search again for examining carefully. Now I have done a study on a television serials, you can also take up a study on a television serials, but how is your study going to be different from my study? Is what researching again on the same topic, but how carefully you are examining your study when compared with my study. This is very important that you have to understand. There are number of definitions that have been given related with the research, but here we see very few and important definitions. One of among them, and the first one that stands, is the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. This is a common definition that you can keep in your mind, and I will try to give you a little analysis related with that. A careful investigation, as rightly some of you have just before this identified, that investigating, rightly investigating, inquiring, especially through the search for new facts. Now when I say new facts, you mean that there are certain existing facts also in any branch of knowledge. Any branch of knowledge, I emphasize on this point is because it's just not only about mass media. It is about even any other field that you're talking, whether it can be a field of commerce, science, or botany, zoology, whatever may be the subject. Any branch of knowledge, you have a scope for research. You have to do a careful examination of the content. You have to do an inquiry in a very systematic and scientific method to find out new facts, to find out new facts, something that is you are trying to bring out in a new manner.
Singer and M. Stephenson in Encyclopedia of Social Sciences, 1930, define research as the manipulation of things, concepts, or symbols for the purpose of generalization to extend, correct, or verify knowledge, whether the knowledge aids in construction of theory or in practice of an art. The second definition is by Redman and Maury, 1933, and they define research as systematized effort to gain new knowledge. Then the third definition is according to Clifford Woody in C.R. Kothari, 1988, research comprises defining and redefining problems, formulating hypotheses or suggested solutions, collecting, organizing, and evaluating data, making deductions and reaching conclusions, and lastly, carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they fit the formulated hypothesis.
Now you can clearly see these definitions speak a lot. You just have to interpret them very carefully. Each of the definition has a lot of meaning that will lead you to understand the concept of research very well. In the very first definition, you can understand the manipulation of the things. The word, when I use the term, when you talk about uh, manipulation of the things here means about the experimental kind of a research. Now there are times where you conduct experiments in the research, means like, suppose you make kids to come into one room and try to test how much resistance ability they have in terms of to control themselves from eating a chocolate. You put them in a room and put very delicious chocolates and leave them alone for some time. There are many studies that have been conducted like that. Okay, for some time, some kids immediately they see the chocolate, they grab one and eat. Some kids will wait and wait till the time that has been given to them, and they wait and they wanted to eat all the chocolates at a time as a gift, and they will eat it. So in this research, in this experiment, you are trying to manipulate certain things to find out what will be the results. So that's what this is talking about. Okay. So certain research are conducted in that way. Concepts or symbols of the purpose of generalizations to extend. So before you make any general statement that all kids are like this, you do a certain experiment and then you find out. Okay. Or correct or verify knowledge. So somebody must have done a study and found out something like this, but you find something else you find in your study. You can correct there or you can verify the knowledge which is existing, whether they are done in a constructive manner to get the theoretical concepts, or it's not in the proper practice or not. So this is how you look at definition, depth of a definition to understand it. Even you look at the second definition, systematized effort to gain new knowledge. When I told you already, I explained you what does the system means. The systematic method is nothing but you have 7 steps, which I was telling, introduction, review of literature, methodology, then you have data analysis, data collection and data analysis, and conclusion. There is a system. You have to follow one after the other, and following this particular system and following various methods that have been suggested you will gain the knowledge. That's what the second definition is talking about. So we are done with 2 definitions, and the third definition is a lot of deep information. Just now I told you those 7 steps, no, that you will be following for a research, that is the introduction, review of literature and other things. Now that only is reflecting here. Now as a researcher, when you take it up, what you do is defining the problem, redefining the problem. Now you take up a problem and you want to study about it. Why youngsters are so addicted to social media is the problem. You want to know why. There may be so many people who try to find out, but in your study you are taking one specific age group which is very widely affected with the previous knowledge. You found out that let us take age group of 18 to 20 are over users of social media. You want to know why only this age group is so overly using this particular social media. Okay, then what you do is, this is your hypothesis. You say because there are so many reasons for them to be so widely using social media every day for almost 10 to 12 hours. They will be on social media only because of these reasons. This is a tentative hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but an assumption that you are making for your study. Okay, then you say certain suggested solutions also. But to prove your hypothesis, you need to do what? Collecting a data. You will collect the data. After collecting data, you will organize it with the help of statistics. So statistics you will try to find out. Then whatever data you analyze, you try to evaluate that data by looking at the figures. Okay, there are certain numbers or figures in statistics or with the percentages. You will understand. If you see that there are 100% of the age group of 18 to 20 years children are using mobile phones, and there are only 80% of the girls who are using mobile phones for social media, you see some variation and you evaluate that data. So evaluating data and making certain conclusions out of that. So based on that, girls are using more than boys, boys are using less than girls, or boys of this age group are using like that. You will be making certain conclusions. And lastly, carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they fit to the formulated hypothesis. The testing is nothing but, I told you, know, we will have to do t-test and other things related with that. All is this one. Okay, so you will do certain tests like chi-square, ANOVA, statistical test to prove that your data is perfect and this is what it resembles. Okay, so in conclusion, I would like to just say that, and your research has to be an original contribution. Remember this, there are only certain areas where you can use the data of the other people. You should not use the data of other people completely and say it is my research. That is the wrong thing. And the second thing is, your knowledge should add to the existing knowledge that is there in the market. Now your study on television serials have to be an upper study than what I have did. It should take the study further rather than you are going around the same topic. Okay, making an advancement to it. And you have to find out the truth, and your observations have to be done perfectly when compared in terms of whether experiments or in whichever way, and search for knowledge through objectives and in a systematic method. This is very, very important to find out the solutions to the problem. And finally, if you do a wonderful study, God knows one day you will come up with a formulation of a theory also. So theories come from various studies that have been done and commonly found results among the many people at one point of time. So systematic approach to the generalization, how many people you can generalize your content, that much wider your research is going to be and perfect it's going to be, and that can ultimately lead or bring it as a final theory.